Check. What is good? It's your boy Jones the Great, aka Auntie's favorite, aka Mac Daddy Jr. Back at it again with another Generation Genius podcast. We're on episode. I don't even know, man. I don't even keep track. I just post them. So, how is everybody doing? I hope you guys are all doing well on this beautiful Sunday. If you're not listening to this on a Sunday, well, go back and listen again on a Sunday. Yeah, it's just Sunday. Just have some chicken from the hood. Just nothing hits like that hood. Nothing hits like that hood chicken. That chicken was good. But yeah, today on this episode, I wanted to talk about why it's good to keep a positive time. It's good to keep a positive mind even when you have negative feelings or intent towards a topic. And I'm going to give you guys some tips on how to avoid sinking in your negativity, because I am guilty of that when I'm not having or when something negatively hits me. I be mad, like ugh, like I'm not where I want to be at, or I feel like, what I'm saying, I'm about to just give up, and times are hard, and blah 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 blah, and just sinking in your negativity. So that is where I would like to put my direction in. But before I get to that, I would just like to also say that it is dope to see how many black people are being activists right now, and everybody with the voice. You guys are killing the game. Let's keep using our voices. Let's keep going in. And if you are a rapper that doesn't want to put music into that topic, be an activist in another way. You know what I mean? Like, don't just be on standby. Like, even if you don't have a following, quote unquote, I feel like this is the best time to keep using our voices in the best way we can. Definitely make sure everybody votes. You feel me? And definitely just make sure that if you're not using your voice in one way, using your voice in another way. Stop supporting businesses that don't support black people. Easy as that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got gift cards, use the gift cards first. But after that, cut them off. And yeah, that's all I have to say about that. If you guys want to get into the other episodes, I talked about black education. I've talked about racism and systematic oppression. All that good stuff is on the previous podcast. I spent like 3 or 4 episodes on that. So today I would like to, talk about something a little bit more positive. I'm not disregarding what's happening because I'm a black man myself. I just would like to add to that and add to why it's good to get out of that negative connotation and get into positivity. So, number 1, a good way to get yourself out of a negative negative brain matter. A good way to get yourself out of a negative conscious, a way of thinking, is to read. Number 1, easy. That will bring you into other worlds. You'll think way better. It'll bring your consciousness back in. It'll stream your way of thinking. And the best way to get out of that negative way, again, is to read. So I don't just mean read anything and everything, because you could read some things that are definitely negative too and may even bring you even deeper and make you even more mad. So read positive things. So when I say that, read on topics that make you happy. If you are a sci-fi person, read sci-fi. If you're a romance person, read some romance. If you are a detective novel person, read some of that. Maybe not too much of that though, because that could, sometimes lower your emotions sometimes. But definitely read things that are going to be high in emotion. Even if you have to read a magazine, like, oh my gosh, like I just found out that Prince Harry likes the black woman too. I don't know. Whatever you want to read, just so you can bring yourself in a different world and put yourself in a different shoe, because I feel like reading is going to be the first step, because it's definitely a good way of escaping. And even if the book isn't big, just reading something that is going to propel your brain. And the thing I've noticed with reading is you can feel empathy and put yourself in the shoes of the other characters. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you read Game of Thrones, crazy book, I have to reread it. But if you read Game of Thrones, like, you read that first 100 pages, you learn like 6 or 7 different characters. You learn about Bran, Arya. You read those first chapters, you're like, dang. And then it puts you in the shoe of that character. So you're not even worried about your own problems anymore. You're worried about the problems of the character in this book. And then that just sparks a whole new thing. And then by the time your eyes hurt and you feel like you want to relax and lay down, you're going to get to that book and be like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe that happened, blah, blah, blah. And it's going to put you in a new mind state. Number 2, another great way of getting rid of negative energy is to get out of the house. And I know during quarantine, negative energy must be on super high because you're seeing all these bad things in the news. You can't really spend the money you're making because you're in the house, which is never really a bad thing because you're just in there and you're just like, oh my God, what do I do? So with quarantine, I feel like a lot of the negative energy builds its way up because you're just in the house and you're just seeing your four walls. But yo, get out, like just walk outside. That's all. Walk outside, see the peace, see the birds, hear the birds hum. You know what I'm saying? Hear another couple argue down the street. I'm just playing. But now, get out of your own brain and don't sit in the house and just watch Netflix all day. Like, there's a whole outside world. Even if everything's still not open, at least you could go outside and just, take a walk. If you got a dog, walk your dog. You know what I'm saying? Eat some food from inside, bring it outside. If you got a grill, you can grill. Read your book outside. Like, there's an outside. I think we live in a technology time where it's like kind of easy to just sit inside all day and watch Hulu and Netflix, which is not bad. I guess it's a stress reliever, but if you're sitting there all day watching it, that's not healthy either. You know what I mean? You get out there, go do the thing, peace out, blah, 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 walk. You know what I'm saying? Walk with your shoes off if you have to. Don't do that. That's Corona Central. Number 3, another good way of getting rid of that negative energy is to just not only, I guess it's easier said than put to think positive, but yeah, think positive. And when I say think positive, I mean, if you are drowning in your negativity and you are drowning in the things that you cannot control, the first step in getting rid of the things you can't control is knowing that you cannot control them. That was a bar. Let me say that again. The first step to getting rid of things you cannot control is to not worry about if you can't control them. You can't control them. Whatever is going on in your life negatively, you can't control. You can put yourself in a positive state of mind, even in the negative environment or situation you feel in. So if something or someone in your life is negative, push them to the side. Because I promise you that toxicity and them being in your life or the negative situation you're in, negative environment you're in, you can easily get out of it. If something's not good for you mentally or it's not propelling you to where you want to be, it's super easy to just, it's definitely easy to just be like, bye. Like, I don't know how people deal with things that are toxic or not of them or not of God. It's like, bro, like, leave me alone. If you are no good for me or have ill intent towards me and you're affecting my mood and my energy, you gotta go, because it's like, you've already wasted so much time with this human being on a relationship level, on a friendship level, even on a coworker level. If somebody is negative and not benefiting you and you're not benefiting from them, then you definitely could just deuces. Get rid of them. Easy as that. Easier said than done. But it shouldn't be easy. That's another thing. I feel like when you give certain advice, like, it's easier said than done. If something is affecting you, is it affecting your life and how you sleep at night and how you move, bro, it shouldn't even be a matter of easier said than done. It should just be a matter of, okay, I'm getting out of this situation. Even if I have to live a lesser life, even if I have to live below my means, even if I have to work harder, there's no way you should be putting yourself in a situation where it's affecting your health. And that's another thing about negative energy is negative energy. Oh, shoot. Negative energy affects your health. And that should be the main reason why, if anything is not good for you should definitely get rid of it. Because negative energy is definitely going to affect your health. And not even just your physical, your mental too. Like, dang, like, mental health is important. But that's another podcast. Yeah, go listen to that. That's like episode 12, 13, y'all. I don't remember exactly the episode, but go listen to it. But yeah, that's another thing that you should definitely be focused on. You should definitely be focused on top of the negative energy, not only getting rid of it, but kind of building negative energy deflectors. And the way to build negative energy deflectors is to put so much positive stuff inside of you, put so much positive inside of you that you get this negative energy coming towards you like, bah, 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 oh, boom, bah, get him, bah. You just deflecting it off, because that's the one thing. That's a good thing. I mean, we all deal with that, though. Every single person in this world has not wild thoughts, because if you crazy, you crazy. I mean, that's none of my business. But everybody has those thoughts like, dang, bro, am I really gonna be able to accomplish this? Am I gonna really be able to do this? And then self-doubt kicks in, and then with self-doubt, you feel pity for yourself, and then with feeling pity for yourself, you get the ice cream, and then the graham crackers there too. So then you got the graham crackers, and then you shoot the chocolates there too. So you put the chocolate, then you got the whipped cream and the cherries. The next thing you know, you done made a boohoo sundae. But nobody got time for that. It's 2020. We out here, and this quarantine has taught people that, dang, like, we really in the house. Like, I never want to be in the house again. Especially for me. I know I can't deal with this house anymore. Like, There's definitely when you're not a homebody. If you're a homebody, you're probably living your best life. But if you're not a homebody and you want to be out, man, this is not it. But yeah, so building negative energy deflectors, you gotta just keep filling yourself with the positive energy. And the second that you feel like, yeah, it's gonna be a negative day, it's gonna be a positive day, you gotta wake up knowing that, okay, God's got me. First of all, I woke up with breath in my body. That's number one. That's easy. That shouldn't even be a cliche. It's like, whew. If you have to breathe every 5 to 10 seconds or every hour to know that, oh, shoot, God still got me in breath. I'm still on earth. I still have purpose. That's the main thing, is that anytime you feel like you have negative energy, the biggest deflector you should have is purpose. Just have purpose written on you somewhere, because that's a little blessing that everybody forgets about. And the average daily person, you being alive, you already beat, like, I don't know the exact quote, but you already beat, like, you're like already like 1,000,000,001. It's like, damn, wow, I woke up alive. I woke up well. I woke up breathing. I got food on the table. I don't have the Mercedes, but this car has 3 wheels, and it still gets me to where I need to be. So that's a good energy deflector of negative energy, is to be thankful and be compassionate. And also, with only being thankful, show gratitude too. Like, people taking care of you, or if you are financially where you want to be and you have people around you supporting you. And on top of that, if you have student debt, like lots of student debt, and your parents still holding you down, if you are a husband that lost a job, your wife holding you down, or if you're a wife, you know what I'm saying, all those situations, like, you got to look around you and be like, oh, damn, let me show some gratitude real quick, instead of just always thinking like, oh my gosh, oh my goodness. Because everybody has bad days. And I'm not knocking you if you're having a bad day, but don't sink in that bad day and have a bad day the whole 24 hours, because you just wasted 24 hours being mad. Ugh. That's a long, man. How you be mad for a whole 24 hours? That's a long day to be mad. Jeez. Dang. You know what I'm saying? Like, and of course, people do get mad for 24 hours. Everybody gets mad for 24 hours. But to think about it, if you ever been mad for that long, it's like, dang, bro, I wasted this whole day being mad when I probably could have been doing something totally different for me to distract myself from this. But yeah. Anyway. It's the boy Jones the Great, aka Auntie's Favorite, back at it again with another podcast. Hope you guys liked it. I'll be having guests soon. We working on it. I'll be just doing more things and bringing more things to the podcast. And I will see you guys later.